Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for Put a Ring on it, Season 1, Episode 9 and whatnot, okay? But first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff and whatnot, okay? Do not forget to also like this video, comment in the comment section, hit the little share button to share it on your social media. You can follow me on IG and Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. The link to that is in the description box below. What else your goals? Oh, relieve, relax, relate and release. Center yourself and everyone around you, and always inhale and exhale, because we have to breathe it out now at all times or whatever, okay? So let's get into the foolishness that happened on this episode of Let's Date Other People or whatever. So we see the couples is all sitting around, and Tamika and Vince is still fussing about that lady in the hallway on her way to the elevator from 2 years ago, or at least from over a year ago, okay? And as they fussing back and forth, Dr. Nicole, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, the issue isn't even the lady from the elevator who was on in the hallway. The issue is y'all won't effectively talk about it, okay, or about whatever it is y'all arguing about. Like, he'll deny what he did, she'll say you lying or whatever, and it's a back and forth, and nothing is really accomplished. So, y'all have to figure out how to effectively communicate between each other to move to the next level. I really feel like they need to break up. It's team too much all day. Okay, so moving on past that, the couples have a decision this week to either go out on a date with the person they was on a date with before, or not go on any future dates at all, because next week episode is the finale where they have to pick if they want to stay with their mate or break up with their mate or whatever. So Shay decides that she does not want to go out with Rick again. I'm not surprised, because she done made Michael jealous enough to pay attention to her. Mike decides to not go out on a date with Whitney because, honey, I don't know why, because I still don't get why Mike with Shay and Shay don't. We feel like Mike should not be with Shay because Shay don't like his kid. But we need to realize Mike may not like his kid either. Mike may be happy being a half-time, part-time, no good ass baby dad. Because again, if you are with a woman who does not like your child, how much do you like your own child? We can't keep blaming Shay. Let's put some of that blame on Michael or whatever. But anyway, we're going to move past that. Tamika decided that she does not... No, she does. Tamika does want a third date with Devin. And I was like, why? Because she mad at Vince? That's probably the only reason or whatever. Vince decides he does not want to go on any more dates with the girl whose name I can't remember right now, because he wants to figure things out with Tamika. He made it like being punished. He made like being beaten or whatever. That could be his thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're going to leave that be too. Hollywood say he don't want to go on no more dates. But he never did, okay? He was never really with this process, truth be told. He thought it was a way to probably be on the show and they would be great afterwards. He done found out his girl ain't that happy with him, because Ashley decides to go on a fourth date with Kwame or whatever, because she say, you know what I'm saying, I have not been having, good feelings at home, you know what I'm saying? And so me dating or whatever is helping me figure out what I really want to do. Meaning Hollywood has been an asshole at home, so why would I want to be at home with an asshole when I come on a date with Kwame and whatnot? So that's like fine. So we see the rest of the episode is talking and dating. Okay, we're going to say leave that be. So we see Tamika and Vince talk. I'm like, Lord Jesus. Now he say the argument, that they had at the group thing was over something old, not anything new, over something old. And while he acknowledges that he has messed up in the past, they can't move forward if she can't move past it. And even though he probably is a lying ass dude who was lied in the past, she's made the choice to be with him. So she needs to either let that shit go and be with that man, or hold on to it, leave him, and complain to her friends about how of a fuck nigga he was. But you can't do both. You can't complain about how much of a fuck person he is and stay with him at the same time. That's called being an oxymoron and whatnot, okay? Now she say She wants him to be able to admit he messed up when she wants him to admit he messed up, even if he's already admitted that he messed up. That to me is crazy. I don't need my dude to keep telling me that he fucked up 2 years ago. If I know he did, like, why do I want you to keep reminding me of that shit? But to each their own or whatever. She says, well, I know nobody's perfect because I'm not perfect either, but I still feel like, you know what I'm saying, at times he won't admit it. And so I thought I was over the thing, a year or two ago, but I only suppressed it. And that's true. And she has every right to express herself and to work through it as she sees fit. But at the same time, girl, it was 2 years ago. Okay, like I said, either move past it and be with that man or, leave him or whatever. So he brings up how, she takes things very personal. Okay, to where some real little can take a whole big turn for the worse. He then brings up the one time when they broke up for 2 weeks over an emoji. And I'm like, over an emoji? Was it the eggplant emoji? It depends on which emoji it was, because if you send the bitch the waterfall thing in an emoji, we gonna fight. Okay, if you send anyone those two emojis, a fight will commence immediately. Okay, but if he send like a smiley face and a snow cone, like, I don't know what that can mean, so I'm not gonna get pissed over that. Okay, anyway, she brings up, well, first of all, it was way deeper than just an emoji. It was a bigger deal because I have found out that you know, about that girl in the apartment, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Because she then said, I don't want to talk about the girl in the hallway, but she still brings it up. He like, well, if you don't want to talk about it, why you keep bringing it up? Like, it's for what? Well, because you just need to own up to it. And at that point, he's mad. I have. Okay, I've owned up to it. I owned up to it 2 years ago. Like, I am tired of having to go back and forth over the same thing. It's crazy, okay? He feels like he is constantly and consistently having to dig himself out of a hole that he started 2 years ago. Well, Vince, your ass should have dug your damn hole. If you put yourself in the hole, that's your fault. However, if she has allowed him to climb out enough to where they have stayed together, she can't keep putting him back in that hole. And I think that was his point. But again, he can't be pissed because you put yourself in the hole. That's your fault, bro. You fucked up or whatnot. But I also agree, she can't keep leaving him there, but bringing him, because she wants to love him and say how amazing he is. But then when she pissed off, okay, get back in your hole, doggy. And I'm like, that's just stupid or whatnot, okay? And he brings up how, whenever she gets to her a thought in her head that something's going on, he then has to defend himself. But even if he's being truthful, she feel like you're lying and I don't trust you or whatever. And they fussing back and forth, and she's like, well, I told you, I won't do that no more. I won't think something that you lying anymore. But and I don't care if you don't believe me. He said, but you should want me to believe that you will no longer have these bringing up old shit antics or whatever. And she was like, I don't want to do anything except stay black and die. I said, well, damn, just stay back and die, that's it? Okay. When she said it, I was like, huh, stay black and die. Okay. I mean, you say that to people when you like, when it's like a fuck you, like, just stay black and die. Okay. When you don't live, stay your color, and then perish down there somewhere. Okay. And he was like, you know what, Tamika, just be quiet. I feel like he wanted to say, Tamika, shut the fuck up. Like, that's some bullshit because you just told her that man to die. But it is what it is. At that point, they were still talking a little bit. Talking, and she brings up, like, at this point, I'm really trying my best to focus on being a better person because I do want us to work past our issues. And then he like, well, I'm sorry for doing things that made you feel. I'm like, so y'all making up? Not that I don't want them to, but I feel like people who fuss real hard and then make up, and that's a consistent circle of events for them, y'all ain't really moving past shit. Y'all just saying mean shit, saying sorry, and then waiting for the next time y'all say more mean shit and then say sorry. I'm like, girl, they fake. Look, they fight and break up and make up for nothing. Okay, they gonna get married and then divorce later on if they don't fix this cycle of fucking confusion. Anyway, Shay and Michael. I don't like these couples. I don't like this couple. they get on my nerves or whatever. So they sit around chit-chatting, a real simple conversation. What do you think our future looks like? Shay, like, I think because I said I accept his son, that we should be able to get married and or be engaged. That's what my thought process is. He feel like, well, I think Zion should move in. Has a son name. Zion should move in, you know what I'm saying? He would have his own side of the house, you know what I'm saying? They can build a little family unit or whatever, and then later on, after he sees how comfortable she is in the new life and how she adjusts to the son being there, they can then do the whole engagement and marriage part. I feel like, why that little boy have to have his own side of the house as if he can't have free reign to just be around the house? Like, to say that, he would have his own side of the house as if it's a side of the house he can't come to. The fuck is this Beauty and the Beast? It's like, don't leave the East Wing. I'm like, what? Who says that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let the little boy go all around the house or whatever. I don't like it when people put children in spaces to not want to be able to feel comfortable and free where they live. It's like, he's not a dog. He doesn't have a kennel. Like, he can't say, only on the first floor. That made me upset or whatever. I'm like, shut up, Mike. So she then realized, oh, so you want your son to move in first before we get engaged and married. He's like, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see how, you adjust or whatever. I feel like Mike will come up with any excuse, to not marry me. Well, bitch, move on. Okay? Move on. I feel like Shay is so fucking delusional and her bullshit and how his son should be around. It angers me to have to waste my breath on her. Like, I just don't like it anymore. I feel like Mike may be a piece of shit daddy, because what man is basing anything on, let me see if she can like my son? No, if you have been with me, if you have known me for 6 years and you don't love or care for my child, bitch, I will punch you in the throat as I put you out of my house. Not that he should beat her. I'm a female, I can do that. But I can punch. I'm a girl. He can't. But I feel like if he don't see that she hasn't already put forth any effort to care for his child, what is you with her for? Because you like being a part-time ass daddy. So again, we're going to stop blaming Shay and blame Mike for that. Okay? That was all the conversation was. Now we see Dr. Nicole meets with Vince and Tamika separately. Okay? It was too much talking for me between the three of them. You know what I'm saying? She brings up to Vince how, she notices when he talks, like it's a calculation or a calculated aura about him, to where he's watching his words. And he's like, well, yeah, because anything can set Tamika off. And I'm trying my best to not, piss her off or change her mood, because it can be something as simple as if my phone gets a text and it's 2 texts. She's like, well, who is that? You know what I'm saying? It could be his mama, and she pissed off because his mama, you know what I'm saying? She has an instant feeling of getting upset when anything in her mind clicks that it could be him doing some shady shit. So he like, I'm always just being careful or whatever. He brings up the whole 2-week breakup thing. And he explained, like, he had worked with a model. Boom, pow, pow. The model then posted a picture of her like a pit bull dog. It was some kind of dog that she posted a picture of. Now, I don't know if it was her and the dog or just the dog, but he liked the picture of the dog in the picture. He put a heart emoji or whatever. No, heart eye emoji or whatever. And she was pissed about that. This is the hard part. Can she be pissed because you heart the picture? I feel like the girl must have also been in the picture. His point was, I love the dog. She felt like he was heart-eyeing the girl. I can see both ways. At the same time, I wouldn't get no fuck. At all. What does it matter? It's dumb. But that goes into her taking anything that she feels as if he's doing something, even if he's not. She ignored the dog and said, you can't like that dog, you must like her. I'm like, but does he like dogs in life? If he likes dogs in life, it makes sense. Okay, it just does. But I mean, again, she be on some bullshit or whatever. So he brings up how he tries to spend as much time with her as possible, because she can see it's not as if his phone is always going off, or he's always, you know what I'm saying, talking to people. Like, she can trust him. I'm like, girl, bye. And Dr. Nicole tells him, like, it's okay for you to be able to want to be responsible for the part that you played in it, but also allow her to take some responsibility for what she has done in her actions as well. Because if not, you know what I'm saying, y'all won't have any room to breathe. And you have to be honest with her to let some air in the room so y'all can breathe. Because he brought up how sometimes he's not as truthful, not truthful, but he won't express himself because he don't want to hurt her feelings. And she like, that can hurt y'all, because again, it makes the room real tight and can't nobody breathe or whatever. So do something about that. Now, in talking to Tamika, when Tamika brings up how, the issues for her started like after 3 months. I'm like, first of all, a relationship, in my opinion, isn't even really real until like month 5 and 6. The first 3 months is all tester shit. Anything dumb somebody do in the first 3 months, I'm not gonna hold that against that man 2 years down the line, because who knows what I did those first 2-3 months. But again, because the first 2-3 months y'all are still filling each other out, having to break off other relationships who may be like little sidelines or whatever, because at 3 months you're not really committed. You know what I'm saying? Like if I met you, we've been dating for 3 months, but I can't be committed to you at week 4. Okay, at week 8, I'm like, you know what? I think I want to be with him. Let me cut off. You know what I'm saying? And by week, 12. Okay, I think we could. I'm not doing shit past that time, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, at week 4 and week 5, he had a bitch, and I don't care because I had a dude. So it's that weird part. Like, you have to understand the first 3 months is a trial period, and you can't hold that first 3 months against anyone 2 years down the line if after that they ain't did shit wrong. Now, if he did shit wrong the whole time, you stay with him, that's on you or whatever. So, she asked, Dr. Nicole asked her, like, do you think he has done work to be better in the last 2 years? And she's like, well, yes, he absolutely has. But at times, even when I know he being truthful, I still tell him that he's lying, and I don't care, because I just, I'm scared. I have all this resentment and anger, and I'm holding us back or whatever. And I feel like, if I ease up on him, that he'll hurt me again. And I'm like, okay, that's a good feeling to have. You don't want to be hurt. Fine. And Dr. Nicole's like, if he can't hurt you, how can he love you? Meaning, you have to care for him, and he has to care for you to feel like he hurt or loved you. They both can happen, but you can't keep beating that man over the head hoping he don't hurt you, because you are hurting the whole damn relationship. Okay, and it's including yourself. Anyway, she realized she on some bullshit as far as not allowing herself to trust him if he ain't did shit, because again, all her issues is old stuff. It ain't nothing new. And I like how Dr. Nicole told her, like, you can't get what your parents have, because that's what she wants, what her parents have, if you don't create trust and forgiveness in y'all relationship. I mean, if you can't trust and forgive him, how can you ever think that y'all will be together in 40 years? Who would the fuck wants to fight for 40 years? Girl, just boxers. Anyway, we then see Ashley and Hollywood at home. And I'm like, that man is really cooking in that. Girl, it's saying too much. Anyway, it's just the waviness of the hair is just too much with the little apron and the nakedness at the top. But I mean, he at home be comfortable. I don't think people should be at home all clothed or whatnot. But I'm looking like, bruh. Anyway, so they shitting and they chatting or whatever. And I'm like, it got a little bit, a little bit hostile. Okay, not hostile, it's not a good word. It got a little bit, it was a little hot in there. We'll say it was a little bit hot in there in the arguments or whatever. And he tells her that because she's like actively dating Kwame, because they're going on date, I think number 4, it's hard for him to see a future for them, because again, she's liking someone else. So he's like, I never thought I would not be with you, but I don't know now, because you dating somebody else. And seeing you date somebody else really hurts me, because it's like you really taking things that far to date someone and whatnot. And she brings up, well, my issue is like, you don't see a future with me because I'm doing something that we both signed up to do. We both signed up to be on this show. And so how are you like now like saying like we don't have no future, whatever? And he said, well, we was supposed to be going on different dates, but you've been going on, the same date with the same dude, and that's a little bit different or whatever. Hollywood feelings is hurt because he feels as if she likes someone besides him, and he has the right to feel that way. However, the reason y'all here is because shit wasn't working out in general. Because my thing is, you don't date somebody or be with someone for 9 years and then come on this kind of show because, oh, we gonna still be together. I feel like on one end or the other, they both knew we needed to see how to end this properly. Okay, and this could have been an easy way for Ashley to walk out the relationship, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave that be too. And so she's like, oh, so you don't see a future like with us no more? He said we can talk about that later, whatever, because the show was about putting a ring whether or not. So we'll, handle that later. Meaning I don't want to answer your question because again, I'm in my feelings and whatnot. And no one is saying that he don't have the right to be upset, but that his girlfriend is actively dating someone else. However, the reason she's doing it is because of how he's currently acting like a damn Neanderthal or whatever. Because he brings up how he's tired of this process. And now they fussing. And I mean yelling and fussing and cussing. Well, not cussing, but at least yelling and fussing. And she brings up how I saw my future with you. And I did. And now you acting like you don't care. Because as he's talking to her, the way that he's saying things, it's like, I don't care. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he's being very dismissive of her feelings, which is the whole reason why she's trying to go out with Kwame, okay? And she's like, well, if you can't let the process be what it is or whatever, you gonna have to let me go. He like, because whatever. And she's like, well, it's clear that you don't see a future with me, so I guess we can just fall in love or be whatever's gonna be. And again, they fussing some more. And when he then said, I don't care, I don't care about old boy, my issue is you. You going out or whatever, and I can do me, and I'm like, what the fuck that mean? What does that mean? I can do me. And to me, that's a slap in the face, meaning I can go out and do whatever because I've done that with you. I've went out and done whatever and hurt your feelings or whatever, so don't act like you don't know that I can do that. And I'm like, again, that was a slap to her face. And she was like, well, yeah, but you never seen me do me. And I was like, let them know. And again, it's tough for both of them. I'm not saying that she's right for still going out with Kwame. I'm not saying he's right for being upset about it. I feel like they both have reasons to be right. And I feel like they need to break up. The same way I felt like Michael should have kept dating Whitney, because him and Shay don't make no good match or whatnot. But I now feel like that Michael don't want his son around that much, so that's why he's with Shay. She's his excuse to not be a good father and whatnot. But with Chicago, with Hollywood and Ashley, they want to be in love and be together. But so much has happened. I feel like they was only together because they had been together for so long. So I don't think they're gonna stay together. But we have to see. Now we do see Timothy on her date with Devin. We didn't care because she told him that, she wants to be with Vince, but he's a great person, whatever, and she's happy she met him because again he helped her understand some things about herself or whatnot. She brings up how dating him helped her realize that she lost herself and how easy she used to be. Like, she became very paranoid or whatever dating being with Vince, but being with Devin has helped her realize you don't have to be that way. And he like, well, I'm happy you was at least able to be honest about it or whatnot. It's cool. And that was that. Okay, we then see Ashley on her date with Kwame or whatever, and they have an energy and a vibe with each other. That's very, very true. And she says being with him is like still waters. It's just no negative energy, unlike how it is with Hollywood. And that's the thing. Hollywood is pissed that she's dating other people, but he's creating such a toxic energy around their relationship that she don't like it there no more. Who wants that? And Kwame he's new, he's shiny, okay, he's his new toy. And she feels something for him because he happens to be very handsome. He happens to be nice. He is new, so he could be a murderer too. We don't know that just yet, okay? But at the end of the day, everything has to start somewhere, okay? And he say, like, for me, I'm taking advantage of the time that we have together because, again, I know you seem like such a great person or what I am saying. And they just laughing with each other, smiling at each other, whatever. And he tells her that, he said, he can, he can tell what she wants from him. And she's like, wait, what you mean? Like, what you talking about or not? Because he can tell that she wants him to kiss her. But because she has a boyfriend, she's still like, I can't act on it. And he went in for the kiss. He went in for the kiss, and she kind of turned her head a little bit because she knew, I can't actively look at this man and kiss this man right now. That's not fair. So he kissed her cheek. She's like, oh my God, I think I need like some kind of distraction. I thought he was gonna blindfold her. But he said, close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Close. I'm like, first of all, people say that and they trying to stick it in. You get to be careful when they say trust you and close your eyes. You gotta be careful. Anyway, he puts a pineapple on her lips so she can taste pineapple or whatever. He then feeds her the pineapple, but he put the pineapple in his mouth. So technically, you know what I'm saying, he just felt her pineapples in their lips having to touch or whatever. And she's like, oh my God. It was so cute. He tells her that I like you. I like you. And I'm waiting for you to make your decision on what you want to do. Because again, I respect the fact that, you have a whole relationship that you're fighting for. But, I do want to date you. Like, can you see yourself with me? And she was like, oh, I don't know. He's like, what, to take some time to figure it out or whatever. Now she tells us, okay, the camera, that she can see herself with him, but she's torn because she's with Hollywood. And I'm like, and again, he even admitted how, I know how hard it can be because they have been together for 9 years. So I can't imagine how hard it is for both of them to figure things out or whatnot. So it was really, really cute. So we then see all three couples meet up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Talk to Dr. Cole. And Tamika and Vince, Tamika brings up how, she lost herself in the way that she was not trusting Vince. Again, she would turn herself to a paranoid person, and that dating Devin, was like closure for her, and it helped her appreciate Vince more. I'm like, if you say so. Because sometimes I call bullshit, but I just feel like I want them to get past the cycle of fussing, and I feel like every week they fussing. So, girl, we're gonna leave it be or whatever. Ashley in Hollywood. Now, she brings up our date was good. You know what I'm saying? There was an attraction. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And them sitting next to each other, it made it more intense or whatever. And the whole time, Hollywood looking like, man, this is some bull. I can't believe I'm sitting up here next to my girl and she's talking like this. I'm looking like, but it is what it is or whatever. And, she brings up how, like, if I was down with Hollywood, I do feel like I wouldn't have these boundaries up or whatever, or have a block up to prevent me from crossing that line and whatnot. Okay? And he like, look, I got a connection, and I know he said, I've had a connection with her for 9 years. I'm saying, it's definitely, we have it or whatever. And her point was, you not even listen to what I'm saying. Okay? The house could have electricity, but if you're not plugging shit in to put a light on, what does it matter? Meaning we not connecting right now. And he is just trying to defend how he's the best at whatever, and how he's all that he can be in the army or whatnot. I'm saying, and her, speaking highly of Kwame is not bullshit, but who cares? Because again, he knew, what I'm saying? He knew he's a brand new toy. You know what I'm saying? And things between them should be fine. I'm looking like, girl, he ain't listening. Okay, he ain't listening. And she's like, I realized that love is not enough, and I can't, bypass the rest of my feelings simply because I love him, to marry him. I'm like, people should realize that love is not enough, because again, eventually you won't love that person, and then what happens? Okay, it be some bullshit afoot and whatnot. Now, Shay and Michael was speaking about their futures or whatever. He feels like, my future with her is, us being together as a family, having a good relationship with our son and whatnot. But I don't know if marriage is in that just yet. And she feel like her vision is, again, them being married. Okay, his son being there, whatever, her trying to be a bonus mom or whatnot. But she wants the whole marriage thing. And I'm like, girl, I don't even care no damn more. And then he brings up how, I feel like we should live together first for at least a year before getting married. I'm like, yes, because she don't like your son, okay? And because they both have these two different views on how they should be, well, y'all should mesh those two views together. How? All she wants is marriage. All she wants is to marry that man. She don't even. This how we know she on some bullshit. She's not even willing to show a connection to a son before marrying him. She wants to marry him, and that's all she cares about. Okay, Vince and Tamika, I think all they said was they both want a family. Okay, and then she knows that her past antics or whatever had been the issue in their past, and she's gonna, we're in a good place now. Lies. Y'all just fussed a week ago. Okay, I'm gonna leave that be. And then with Hollywood and Ashley, she brings up how I see myself being happy. You know what I'm saying? I see myself being married. I see myself being with someone who's supportive of me and I'm supportive of them. But I can't see a face of who it is. And as she's talking, she's crying because, again, it's sad. She brings up, after 9 years, it's hard to be even imagining that Hollywood is not going to be in my life. And, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like when he goes off on me, it feels disrespectful. So I don't want that in the future marriage, and that's my issue. And he feel like, well, I'm listening to her because I do want to see what she's saying so that I can change for myself and for her too. And I feel like Hollywood again has this toxicness to himself that he sometimes don't see, but we do. Okay, anyway, and so next week they all have to decide to either break up or get engaged. I'm looking like, we shall see. Peace.